All right, everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To all the first-time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video and to stay tuned on in towards the second half of this video, guys. Right after this chart analysis, which we're going to discuss about CLOV and WISH, both of these stocks, I have a ticker symbol to share with you guys that you won't want to miss. I've already shared it here on the YouTube, even on the Patreon in the same week. Since I've mentioned it in the last 2 weeks, it has actually jumped up 20% plus, as well as I'm going to share with you guys the opportunities we found this morning over at the Discord. We hit 4 home runs of 20% plus on the day, and our highest ones were 40% plus on the day and 100% plus. If that's something you want to become part of and you're interested in knowing what stocks I watch daily, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description, and by joining, you'll become part of a community that is growing and all looking to learn and grow together to maximize profits and minimize losses over at the Discord. We look forward to having you join us, and let's go ahead and jump into this. So CLOV and obviously WISH are both moving pretty closely in correlation, not exactly the same. Like CLOV is a little bit more of a straight down and WISH is kind of consolidating. So we're going to have to see if there's a detachment forming here. But a lot of investors are saying that this could be the next GameStop and AMC squeeze. Could it be? That's the question we need to see. A lot of investors are going off of the fact that it jumped so fast and it fell so fast, right? And look at that terrible circle. Excuse me for that. And it fell so fast. But the fact that you need to remember how the other squeezes happen. They happen pretty fast as well. And the fact that they're being compared to these is something big to actually keep in mind. But right now, there's no direct correlation to say that this could be the next AMC or GameStop squeeze. So that is something to become aware of and be also attentive to. But the fact that they're actually being compared, like I said, it's huge, and they're actually moving in the same correlation. If they consolidate, all it's going to take is for the apes, the bulls, and a lot of investors that just pile in to go ahead and push it up to force the shorts to cover. These are stocks that have been shorted tremendously all the way back since February, guys. That's how they fell from these highs up here of $16 all the way to lows of $6. This was all because of shorting, short attacks, and same thing with WISH, but nobody discussed it because a lot of people are coming to the conclusion that this has been happening, but WISH is not so well known. This was actually under the radar, and it's actually getting coverage now, and a lot of investors are just finding out about it. Now, this stock IPO'd back at $17, $19, $20 and some change around that area, and took off to 32 towards the February peak. Now, it's very interesting to see because it got shorted after that, and then obviously earnings has not been so great, and the fundamentals are just not as attractive as a value investor or many investors would be looking for. But there's investors that believe in this long term, and then there's others that don't. But at the end of the day, it's becoming realized now as a short squeeze possibility because of the amount of shorts in it. Same thing that happened with CLOV, and they're moving just alike. We're going to have to see if they detach. But let's look at some points that are important for both to be aware of and obviously moving forward. So if they consolidate and stay within these areas, there could be a possibility of another short squeeze or another jump of more investors taking advantage of the price and bringing this one up. And then possibly shorts will have to cover, making the squeeze actually a reality. So the first thing right now, based off today's chart action, is the 50-day moving average is $18 for CLOV. Now, an important support level to watch is down here at $12.96. I'll just round that up to $13. And if that gets broken through, we need to see how quickly this is moving down or if the bulls are trying to reappear. Now, for the bulls to actually get back up to the 50-day moving average and bullish territory, they need to break through the 50-day moving average and 1868 and then up here at $20. So honestly, 1868 is so close to the 50-day moving average. The true resistance level is $20. So our support 13, resistance 20, and the 50-day moving average is $18. That needs to be crossed so this can move up to 20 and 20 turn into a support to push up. And then also if it could stay at those levels, it can possibly create another squeeze like the one we saw, forcing shorts to buy back. Now, with Wish, right, we have some things to look at here. And Wish has actually jumped up pretty big as well from the $7 mark to highs of 16, pulled back down, and kind of sitting sideways in tug-of-war zone. And every day towards the end of the day, it kind of wants to fight upwards, and then it just kind of sits sideways and falls even lower. So we need to see if it's going into weakness or if there's some true strength here. So the 50-day moving average is 1164 based off today's price action. Anything below it is bearish, anything above it is bullish. That's what the bulls need to break through first to get back into bullish territory. The first resistance level, once they accomplish that, is 1237. They need to turn that into a support to break away from the 50-day moving average, get out of tug-of-war zone, and push upwards to newer highs and new resistance levels. But support levels are very important right now to see if there's further weakness, and the first support level is $10. I just round that down from $10.13 to $10. And an informal support that I would use is down here close to $9, guys. $9 is the next support to watch and see if the bulls are pushing this upwards or if the bears are actually pushing this down to those support levels. So super important to keep in mind. Right now it's sitting sideways, showing strength from these lows to this point, and we need to see if it could actually push upwards from here, and then make shorts have to cover, pushing it upwards to newer highs and new resistance levels. If you learned something new, don't forget to subscribe, click on the bell so you don't miss a single video that I post. Share this with the friends so they can go ahead and receive the insight as well. And all I ask for is 3 to 5 more minutes of your time. I'm going to discuss the ticker symbols we mentioned this morning. We hit 4 home runs of 20% plus. The highest one was 100% plus. If that's something you want to become part of, the link to the Discord is down below in the description. And I have a ticker symbol for you guys that you won't want to miss, and you definitely want to start doing research on now. Stay tuned. So the ticker symbol I have to share with you guys today is one that I mentioned here on the YouTube as well as on the Patreon. And in that same week, it went ahead and gave us 5 to 10% opportunities. And since then, going till now, since May 16th when I first mentioned it, it has given us a total return opportunity of 20% plus. Now it's pulling back a little bit, sideways consolidation, and there's no better time than start watching it now before the next catalyst, or if it goes further into weakness, becoming an even bigger opportunity. We're going to talk about this stock in just a moment. We're going to look at its chart and why this is a stock you want to have on your watch list. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the opportunities we found this morning over at the Discord. And if this is something you want to become part of, you're more than welcome to. The link is down below in the description to the Discord. And by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together to maximize profits and minimize losses. We look forward to having you join us. So we talked about CPI data a little bit in the morning, the 10-year treasury, how it spiked, and I was expecting it to cool off, and it certainly kind of did. And you're looking at stocks still kind of rallying and some kind of sitting sideways. But one of our first home runs that we caught early on in the morning as I was writing about this was MEDS, and it had jumped on the news that it had created a health passport app for iOS devices. That's basically saying for Apple. Anything related to Apple usually has potential or some momentum. We caught it at 510. This went up 100% plus. We're going to look at it in just a moment. We caught ANY at 247. This turned out to be a home run as well. The other one that we caught was XIN. This turned out to be a home run as well. We caught HAPP at 178. This turned out to give us 3 to 5% opportunities within its weakness and jumping back up. This was our worst performer of the day. And Z, dogs with a Z, not with an S. We caught this one at 205. So this turned out to be a home run as well. Let's look at these charts and when I mentioned them so we can see together how they reacted. This was a phenomenal day. Dogs gave us 20% plus as well. So that was a home run as well, almost 25%. And here's XIN. We caught this one at 288, pulled back a little bit towards the bell, jumped up, giving about 5 to 10%, pulled back again. And after all that volatility, took off to a highest point of 20% plus. This was a home run for the day. That was awesome. Now, the other one that turned out to be the biggest home run of the day and this week so far was MEDS on the news with the app on iOS platforms. We caught this one at 510 in the pre-market. It was not cooling off. It kind of consolidated and took off right away, giving 5 to 10% opportunities on these jumps, almost 20% on one of them, pulled back down. I mean, that volatility right there, several opportunities, even before the pre-market going into the market, pulling back again, pulling back again. I mean, just back and forth, 5 to 15%, almost 20% jumps. But after that, it took off, giving anywhere within this range 20% plus opportunities and a highest point of 100% plus. This was phenomenal, and it's still up 86% on the day as I took this screenshot in the afternoon. Now, ANY is another one that we caught, and it turned out to be a home run for the day. And we caught it at 247, pulled back a little bit, hit the 230s, took off pretty fast, giving a nice 10 to 20% plus opportunity, pulled back again, and took off to a highest point of 40% plus. This was a phenomenal day. Out of the 5 ticker symbols, even DOGZ, which gave us 20% plus, we hit 4 home runs, guys. What a great way to end the week. What a great way to go ahead and start off Thursday through all the volatility and all the uncertainty of CPI data. But if this is something that interests you, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord. So, what ticker symbol do you want to add to your watch list? Well, this is a ticker symbol I talked about back in May 16th when we first talked about CLOV as well, when it was heading towards the 7s and 6s, right? We talked about this way back then. It was really interesting to me. I had circled a support level that I was watching. Anything in the 7s and even below that was becoming more and more interesting to me, because what we do here in the Invest for Tomorrow community is catch stocks before they take off. So I did state this was speculative. I said it there, and it gave us already 10 to 30% jumps the last times we talked about it, since it was going towards $7. Jumped up again, giving us a nice return of almost 300% for those that caught it at $7. Congratulations. But we started talking about this one pretty early. We talked about a firm. I showed this one on one of my last videos, and this is already up close to 10 to 20%. And the stock you want to add to your watch list is ABNB. Let's look at this chart together. And when we started talking about it, we talked about ABNB back when it was at 141. It pulled back a little bit more. I was really looking for that because it was getting closer to IPO pricing. I didn't expect it to go that low, but it did pull back, and this stock is getting close to those numbers when we caught it. But right on the day when we caught it, which was May 16th, right? It was the weekend from May 14th to the 17th. It dipped down to 130, becoming one of the best opportunities that we have seen Airbnb give us. It gave it again in the same week, and throughout that week, it gave 5 to 10% opportunities in those jumps, consolidated and took off now to a high of 152 most recently going into June. And right now it's in a downward trend, kind of cooling off. And there's no better time than to start doing your research and due diligence on a stock than when it's going back down. You already saw its weakness. You already saw its strength as well. And you can see in the chart that the opportunity is pretty big, and that may take months or a year, but this stock has room to grow, and it's changing the way we see hospitality and the way the business is done. And this is also an entrepreneurship type of sector, because a lot of investors are going to start trying to make their own hospitality ratings and opportunities through Airbnb, which is a business as well. There's a lot of room in this stock, in my opinion. This is not financial advice. I'm not here to tell you to buy, sell, or hold any positions of the stocks I mentioned. I'm just here to enlighten you guys on the opportunities I'm watching, why I'm watching them, and why you can start watching them as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.